What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. We're going to be doing another Manchester City transfer updates, rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates from now up until Monday's transfer deadline day. So make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We're on the big push towards 14,000 subscribers at the time of recording this video. We are now bang on 400 subscribers away from that, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe, it is free. Don't forget also social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, aiming for 500 likes, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And so without further ado, we're going to crack on with this video. Very interesting with the incoming and a possible striker joining Manchester City before transfer deadline day. But we're going to start off with the outs first, and we've got a confirmed transfer in the form of Charlie McNeil. Now, Goal are reporting that Charlie McNeil, he has signed for Manchester United from Manchester City. He's a young 16-year-old striker, apparently is a Manchester United fan, so that would probably explain why he has headed out there rather than sticking at it with Manchester City. Normally, I would wish players the best of luck if they're leaving Manchester City regardless of the situation, but seeing as he's going to Manchester United, I'm going to just leave it there. Yeah, I'm better. Anyway, we've got an update on Eric Garcia. Now, he's set to not feature in today's squad for Manchester City's game against Leeds United. Pep Guardiola, he's confirmed in his press conference before the game that Barcelona are interested in signing Eric Garcia, and Pep honestly doesn't know if Eric Garcia will still be a Manchester City player come the end of this transfer window. Now, Fabrizio Romano has said that this move is going to hinge on Todibo leaving Barcelona and joining Fulham. Barcelona are trying to persuade him to join Fulham. Fulham are trying to persuade Todibo to join them. The fee is 18 million euros. Barcelona want to use some of that 18 million euros to up their bid for Eric Garcia and to get that transfer sorted. What I will say is that if Todibo stays at Barcelona or doesn't leave for that 18 million euros and he ends up going out on loan, for example, instead, then I would say that Eric Garcia will more than likely remain a Manchester City player. Now, Hagrid FCB on Twitter, reliable information, said that Barcelona will have another look at the situation again in January. Whether that means they're going to pay a small fee and sign him in January remains to be seen. I would have thought that with Barcelona's financial situation that they'd probably just get Eric Garcia on a pre-contract agreement. Of course, if you're playing in a domestic league, you can agree a pre-contract agreement if you're out of contract with less than 6 months remaining on your deal, as long as you are a foreign club to that domestic league, which means that Eric Garcia cannot speak to any club in England from January, but Eric Garcia can speak to any club outside of England from January to agree a pre-contract agreement, to agree a transfer in the summer for a free contract, which is what I think Barcelona will do in January rather than paying a small fee. I could be wrong with that. Anyway, Hagrid FCB has said that Barcelona, they have turned their full attention to trying to bring Eric Garcia in this summer. They've signed Dest from Ajax. Their attention now turns to Eric Garcia. 2 and a bit days left of the transfer window for Barcelona to get this transfer done. Time is running out. So it remains to be seen as to what will happen there. No update on Alexander Zinchenko. And whilst there's no update on Alexander Zinchenko, it becomes more and more unlikely that Tagliafico from Ajax will become a Manchester City player. And speaking of Tagliafico, we have got an update on him. Now, Duncan Castles, he has said that no bid has come in from Manchester City yet for Nicolas Tagliafico. Tagliafico is open to a move to the Premier League, so that would include a move to Manchester City, and Ajax would let him leave for the right price. So it is a transfer that can get done. Zinchenko must leave first, and with no update now, in the last couple of days, I'm starting to wonder if City will be dipping into the market for a left-back and whether Zinchenko will leave or not. Things can happen in the next 48 hours or so. Any developments on them, I'll be the first to bring it to you, though, first and fast. Now, let's speak about strikers. So the story is, Duncan Castles has said that Manchester City, they are having a look at a forward to play as backup to Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, and they're apparently working on a deal to try and bring a striker in before the end of the window. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. If City had to sign a third choice striker, so not an attacker, a striker, an out-and-out striker, a goal scorer, third choice, who would you like to see Manchester City bring in? Now, honestly, I have no problem with using Liam Delap as that striker, if I'm completely honest. Sergio Aguero's back after the international break. So is Gabriel Jesus. Momentarily, for a game or two, you need in a striker to come in. I have no problem with that being a City Academy player. A quality striker like Liam Delap, who I'm sure in 3 or 4 seasons' time will be a top quality striker. I have no problem with him getting more first team minutes with Manchester City. And so I feel like we may be wasting a bit of a wage. But Manchester City just sticking with Liam Delap doesn't get everybody excited, whereas bringing a striker in will. So that's why I said I'll let you guys decide in the comments below. A couple of names that I have seen mentioned being linked with Manchester City, although nothing concrete. First is Edinson Cavani. His contract is up with PSG, so Cavani could become a Manchester City player. It could be a 12-month deal if City wanted to go along them lines. I would imagine it'd be he would want quite a bit in wages. I'm not too sure that Cavani would be too happy at playing third fiddle at Manchester City behind Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus, so that's been mentioned. Another player, interestingly, is Memphis Depay, who's been linked with Barcelona. Apparently he could be available for between 40 to 50 million euros. Manchester City could pursue Memphis Depay, and in my opinion, over a season or two, could well become Manchester City's next choice striker once Sergio Aguero does decide to leave. I'm not sure if I see City spending 40 to 50 million euros on Memphis Depay in this summer, if I'm completely honest. I don't think Depay would be too happy at being classed as a third choice striker. Like I said, Aguero and Jesus are back for Manchester City after the international break, so I'd say that's an interesting transfer. Certainly unrealistic. Is it needed? That's where I'm leaning towards. Now, City could always dip into the domestic window. City are allowed to sign domestic players after October 5th, transfer deadline day. The domestic window runs until October 16th, so City could go to a championship club and bring in a championship striker, either on a short-term loan deal, temporary basis, even spending money and signing a striker from the Championship or somewhere in the EFL. City could choose to do that. That's what I think City are going to do in terms of outgoing, so a lot of the players. So if Harwood Bellis is going to leave City, then that could happen. Tosin Adara-Bio could leave certainly during the domestic window as well. So it remains to be seen as to what's going to happen there. But in strikers, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I can see City declaring their interest back in Lionel Messi again in January and trying to get him on a pre-contract agreement. If they can do that and get Aguero on a new contract as well, a 1-year extension, and put Messi on a 12 months with an option of another 12 months or something like that, then all of a sudden City probably aren't going to be needing strikers, albeit Aguero and Messi are now into their 30s and you could argue past their peak, but still quality strikers nonetheless to have going into a Premier League campaign, a campaign that will be made up of, what, 50 to 60 games. So it's interesting. It's really interesting. I reckon City will target and be interested in a player from now until deadline day, whether that be a striker, whether that might be Tagliafico, something was to happen with Zinchenko, remains to be seen. I'm not saying that City might sign a player. I'm saying that City will be interested in, they'll be having a look in the market to see what happens. But I'd say a lot lies now on what happens with this Leeds game. If the left-back situation continues to be exposed at City, I can see City pushing hard to bring in a left-back. If City are struggling for the goals up front, if they're playing Raheem Sterling up front again and misses chances and it's just not working for City, then City might go in for a striker. We'll have to wait and see. What I do reckon, though, if it is a striker, maybe a loan, maybe a temporary basis rather than a permanent transfer, whereas with a left-back, Zinchenko could leave on a temporary basis, and I reckon it would be a permanent transfer that they would be having a look at, and Tagliafico remains the player that City would have a look at should Zinchenko leave Manchester City. So there we go. That's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 500 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below. What striker, if City were going to target one, would you like to see us sign? Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. We're 400 subscribers away from my goal of 14,000 subscribers. I want 14,000 subscribers by the time transfer deadline day ends. Big push. 400 subscribers. It can be done. Let's see if we can do that. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe, stay in the loop with the latest Manchester City transfer news from now until deadline day. And also social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. We'll also be doing a live watch along this evening at 5:15 British Summer Time PM. If you want to go and join me for that live stream, that's already live on my channel. If you want to go and set that reminder, we're going live from Mixed. We've got him joining on my channel once more for that live stream for everyone to look forward to. Looking forward to that game against Leeds, so come and join me on there. If not, I'll see you all tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. I hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.